video, we're going to take a look at three types of integer subtraction problems. And the first type is when we have a negative minus a positive. And this is something that we did in earlier videos, but I'm just going to review because I want to remind everyone that subtracting a positive is the same as adding a negative. So I can just rewrite the problem as negative 15 minus 20 is equivalent or equal to negative 15 plus negative 20. That would mean this equals negative 35, and that would be my answer. That is the first type. Our second type of problem, is a positive minus a larger positive. In other words, in this example, 15 minus 20. If I have $15 and I spend $20, that means that I'm going to owe somebody a certain amount of money. Let's find out how much. One way to do this is to remember that, once again, subtracting a positive is the same as adding a negative. And how do we solve this type of problem? You may remember from earlier videos, when we're adding integers with different signs, we want to find the difference between them, which would be 20 minus 15, which of course is going to equal 5. And is our answer positive or negative? Well, we know that we're going to use the sign of the number with a greater absolute value. And in this case, that would be a negative. This, of course, equals negative 5. Is it absolutely necessary when dealing with a positive minus a larger positive to use this form? No, it is not. Many people are very comfortable with the idea of knowing that, hey, if I start with one positive and I take away a larger one, I just need to find the difference between them, and the answer will be negative. And if that works for you, that works for me. Our last example involves a negative minus a negative. In this case, if I was at negative 20 and I took away 15 negatives, where would I be? Well, as we said earlier, taking away a positive is the same as adding a negative, and guess what? Taking away a negative is the same as adding a positive. I can rewrite this as negative 20 plus 15. And why does that make sense? Well, let's get some money out. Let's assume that I owed $20. I'm going to slide this up so everybody can see it. Here I have 4 $5 bills. That would be my negative 20. And if I took away 15 of those negatives, that would be these 3 $5 bills, how much would I owe? I would still owe $5. In other words, this equals negative 5. And once again, if we have a negative and we're adding it to a positive integer, we can always just find the difference between them, 20 minus 15, and use the sign of the number with a greater absolute value in our answer, in this case, negative 20. Those are three types of integer subtraction problems.